In this video, I will show you how to add images and videos to Google Forms. While there are many reasons you might want to do this, one of the main reasons is so that you can make your form accessible to your struggling readers, including your littles who don't know very many words yet and you want them to still be able to interact with your Google Forms. So let's get started. First, let's look at how to add images to your Google Forms. One of the easiest ways is to use the bar to your right and click the Add Image button. This will open up another little window here, and it gives you 5 different options for adding in images. The first one is to upload an image you've already saved to your device. The second way is pretty cool. You can click the camera tool and then you could take a picture of yourself or take a picture of maybe something you want to show them from your house or something that you can insert in here. The third way is to get a URL for an image from a website that maybe you want them to see. The fourth way is to find an image that you've already saved in your Google Drive, and you can even search in your Drive here if you know you named that image. And then finally, you can use a Google image search, and what I love about this one is there are already copyright safe images to use, so you don't have to worry about breaking any copyright laws. So I'm going to go ahead and model it using this way. So let's say we're doing a unit on weather, and so I'm going to look for pictures that show types of weather. And when you click enter, you're going to get lots and lots of copyright free images, and of course you can take your time to search for ones, but for the sake of time, let's just say I want to choose this one. So I'm going to click on it and then I'm going to click insert. And now it inserts the image into my form. And then you have a couple of things you can do to your image. You can give it a title or even write this more as like a question. Like I might say, what types of weather do you see where we live? Okay. When you use the 3-dot menu, you can choose to align it where you'd like to. I usually center align mine, and then you can also change it if you decide you don't like that image, or even remove it if you decide you don't need it later. Another thing you can do is when you click on the image, you get this blue bar around it, or this blue frame around it, and you can use those drag handles to make that image smaller or larger, depending upon how you want it to look and fit into your Google form. And then finally, you can click the 3-dot menu to your top right, and you can get what's called hover text. And hover text is text that will populate when they hover over the image that you might more like sort of like a caption. And also, I believe screen readers would possibly read this. So I'm going to click hover text, and I'm going to put some information. This image shows several types of weather, including tornadoes, lightning, and more. Okay, so now I've set up my image with all those different features. That's one way to add an image to your form. The next way to add an image to your form is actually within a question itself. So I'm going to add a question to my form, and then down here I'm going to show you 2 ways you can add images. The first way is you could pose a question. So what type of weather is outside today? Okay, and then I could go ahead and choose an image if for some reason maybe I went outside and took an image, took a picture of the weather outside. So maybe I click here again, I get those same options, so I could upload it or use my camera from here and actually take a quick picture out the window and insert it. But in this case, I want to show you what my favorite way is to actually type in some answer choices and add an image to support each one. So I might type in, let me type in 3 really quick. So let's say, is it rainy? Is it snowing? Or is it sunny? Now, for my struggling readers or my littles, I want to support those text answers with a picture. So next to each answer choice, within a multiple choice question, please note that, I'm going to click the image button and I'm going to get those same options we just looked at. So I'm going to very quickly look for a picture of rain. And let's say, oh, this one looks good because you can really see the droplets on the window. And then I'm going to scroll down, and next to snowing, I'm going to click that image button again, and I'm going to really quick search for a picture of snow. Lots and lots of choices here, but let's say I really like this one. So I'm going to click the snow picture, insert. And then finally, let's look for a picture of the sun. So I'm going to go to Google image search, and I'm going to put sun. And the sun, you're going to get lots of choices. I really like this one that shows the bright sun in the sky. So I'm going to click insert. And then of course I can go on and add in more options if needed. So now that I've shown you how to add some images, let's preview this form and see what that looks like to your students. So this is what your students will see when you give them the link to access your form. So the first one opens up with that image we inserted, and if I hover over it for a minute, I can see that hover text that I added. And again, I believe if the student had a screen reader, I believe it would read it much like alt text can be read using screen readers. And then when I scroll down to the question, I can see now that I see the choices, and then I can pick, oh, it's rainy outside, or it's snowing outside, or it's sunny outside, and then so on and so forth, and then they could click submit. So see how engaging and accessible your form is just by adding images. Now let's take a quick look at how to add a video to your form. And there's only one way to add a video, and that's by using this toolbar to your right and clicking Add Video. When you click Add Video, what's going to happen here is this little window is going to pop up for you to search for a YouTube video, either by typing in a search term here, or if you have a URL, you can click on here and put the URL here. I tend to live here because it's much easier. So I'm going to put in types of weather for kids, and it might help if I spell right. Click enter, and I'm going to get lots of choices here. And of course, the best practice is to vet these videos, so you may want to make sure you preview the form and watch the video before you allow the kids to do that. But let's just say I went through here and I said, ooh, this one looks good. I know science for kids, it's 4 minutes. So I'm going to click on it and I'm going to click select. And then now the video has inserted right underneath where I was. And again, I could pose a question or give a title. Like I might say, watch this video to learn more about the weather. And then we have a couple of options with our video. The 3-dot menu, again, will allow you to align it, change it, or remove it. So I'm going to go ahead and hit center align. If you click on the video, just like an image, you can also take those drag handles and make it larger, which might be helpful for students to see it in a bigger view when they view your form. And then the 3-dot menu here will give you the option to add a caption, just like the hover text. It gives a little bit more information, and screen readers will be able to read that. So I could say this video will show different types of weather. Okay, so now I've inserted the video and it's ready for my students to watch it. Now before we preview it, let me show you a different option if you don't want to search from within the form itself. What I can do here is this time when I add a video, instead of just typing in a search term, I can actually go to YouTube itself. I've already found the video I wanted. I can click the share button and get the copy code, this copy code right here. So I'm going to copy it, or I'm sorry, the share code. I'm going to copy it. Now I'm going to go back here and I can paste it directly here, or I can click on URL and paste it there. I prefer to do it here because I'm going to show you how easy it is to find it. So I paste it, I click search, and it brings me exactly to that video that I wanted. I can click on it and click select, and it's going to insert the video and give me the same options. So you can choose whether you want to search from within the form, or if you want to go to YouTube and find that video first. It's going to give you the same end result. Okay, so now that we have our video ready, let's go back to our preview mode and see what your students will see. Okay, so I'm back in my preview mode, and now I'm looking at the video. So here is a benefit that I hope that you will really grab onto. By embedding the video into this Google form, your students will A, stay in the same tab, so they won't be having to go to another tab and clicking on another link and finding it and then getting lost and not being able to come back to the form. And 2, ding, 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 they won't have any ads. This will prevent ads from playing, so your students are safe and they're just watching the video. So when I hit play, I can now watch the video, hit pause when I need to, restart it, and all of that. Okay, so that's really cool because it keeps your students here, it keeps them safe. Again, we can see the text that we added above it. We can see the caption. And then, of course, we could have built in a question that came in underneath this that they could answer in response to what they watched in the video. Pretty cool, right? So now that we've looked at how to add images and videos to your forms, I hope that you'll consider adding images and videos to help your struggling students, and also just to make your form more inviting and engaging for all of your students.